Hello and welcome to Generation Shadow, the epic supernatural saga that takes you through the entirety of horror history, one nightmare at a time. This is the first episode of a brand new arc. I'm dressed as the Fool, and you'll soon see why. This arc is entitled Petrograd 1916, taking place at the right before the end of the Romanov dynasty. So it's World War I, it's Rasputin, it's Russia, it's the Tsars, all kinds of great stuff. And let's meet some of the characters who will be joining us as we explore this this world of splendor that is so soon to vanish from history. So first, just go around, meet the players, meet the characters, and then we'll kind of come back and talk about our deaths and backgrounds and how we fit into the world of Petrograd. I also do want to say, I'm not a historian, just a fan of history. As a famous podcast historian, he's not a historian, he's just a fan of history. As a famous podcaster might say, so I do apologize if I get anything wrong, like about the Russian Revolution. I've read some books, I've watched some movies, I've heard the hardcore history episode about it. And I heard the last podcast on the left episode about it too. But that might be kind of it. And I definitely do a lot of stuff. I am purposely getting things historically wrong, so some of it is on purpose. So I apologize if I make those errors. But let's go around and meet some of our players and characters. So I want to know who you are, who your character is, and kind of what their vibe is, and we'll sort of hold off with that, and then we'll go around and talk about the deaths. So let's start with Marvin.
Alright, so hi, I'm Marvin, and for this arc, I'm going to be playing the scholar Montolio Egantry. Those of you who've watched our Blades in the Dark streams might remember this character, but think of him as like an alternate universe version of him. In this universe, Montolio has been hired by a certain group to acquire the secrets of Rasputin. To that end, he's offered his services to the, what is their name, the Oprishniki?
The Oprishniki.
The Oprishniki. The guys who are loyal to the Tsar right now. And he's selling information to Rasputin's group to get into Rasputin's good graces. All in the effort to steal everything that he has.
What could go wrong? Just for, in case you don't know, Urban Shadows has got these different factions representing kind of the different powers in the city, and the Oprishniki, sort of the occult secret police, represent mortality. After that, we have Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat. I am playing a forest spirit. My character is named You There. Well, that's what Baba Yaga calls me at any rate, so I assume that's my name. I don't really have a name normally. In fact, I'm not used to having these things attached to my body at all, so that's unusual. I sleep in a tree at night. Let's see, not in the branches, but inside of the tree. Let's see, I've met him, and he stole a medallion from me that I need to go home. Let's see.
Yeah, that sounds kind of like a gun story.
What an intro.
And then I've met the dog before, and he's nice. Let's see. Yeah, so I have a gift to deliver to Rasputin, which I will be doing so in a little bit. I don't know what's in it because I don't ask questions of Baba Yaga, and she doesn't eat my face off.
An arrangement that benefits everybody. After that, we have Dallas.
Hi, Dallas. I'm going to be playing Svetlana. She was a serf with nothing much to look forward to but a life of indenturement until a certain someone with a little bit of sway and mortality gave her up to a very powerful vampire for a little bit of blood money, you would say. Protection. So she is trying to do her best to get by in a sort of a world she's not completely familiar with. And her best bet is to try to dabble in some politics, perhaps, to gain some power in there, or at least attach someone.
That is the way to do it. And I should say, just real quick, You there is a member of the Children of Baba Yaga, which is the Wild faction.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Which is sort of just kind of talking about letting the listener in, the viewer in, all the different factions we got here. Children of Baba Yaga are kind of a wild collection of all sorts of Russian legendary creatures and legendary creatures from all over Eastern Europe who come together under the banner of that famous chicken leg house. And would you say Svetlana is a member of the Boyars, or is she kind of on her own?
I would say that she is doing her best to gain any power or sway there, but attaching mostly to Bathory, because she would probably help her with her lust of her feeding and stuff.
That probably makes sense. So Countess Elizabeth Bathory, the a woman who liked to take baths of a certain kind to get that youthful look, is a very powerful vampire in the Boyars, which is the kind of loose conglomeration of vampire lords that rule in Eastern Europe.
Is she our first crossover character between Generation Hero and
Oh,
Generation
you're right,
Shadow?
because she was, the Blood Countess was was in charge of like kind of the vampire monster.
Oh, yeah.
So yes, this is technically our first crossover. Very cool.
Interesting.
I guess she helped me out there, so that's what happened.
Yeah, that's always good. And rounding us out, we have Nick.
Yep, I'm Nick, and I'm bringing back Andrei Ionescu, the Romanian wolf. So after his time in Salem, he sort of traveled around doing some jobs for the Ordo Sanguis, and took some time in England outside of the whole Jack the Ripper thing, but doing some other odd jobs for the Six-Fingered Lady. All the while sort of having some questions about the Ordo. So he eventually left the Ordo and went back to his homeland and has spent some time, eventually met up with Marin once he went back, and through Marin has been with
The Boyars.
the Boyars.
Yeah,
Yes.
ever since.
Mm-hmm.
Makes a lot of sense. And then joining us for our next episode, we have Patrick, who's going to be playing the Herod, our cult leader. Unfortunately, he got a little bit of an illness. There was not a crazy bearded faith healer to get him back on his feet, so he had to miss this one. But he'll be there next week, I'm hoping. Get better, Patrick.
See you later.
And we definitely want to see you in the mix here. So let's go around and talk about some of the debts you might have, either with the NPCs, which I have kind of a list here if you want to check it out if you haven't already, or maybe with some of the other players at the table. So let's start with Nick, if you're ready there.
Sure.
So who do you owe and who owes you?
I will say. So the first debt is someone is hiding you from someone or something powerful. I was thinking Svetlana. We're not entirely sure exactly what that could be that I'm hiding from at this moment, but she's definitely helping.
It could be Ordo Sanguis. Like,
It could be.
you can't really retire from.
That's very true.
And I'm sure Claggett is the
Headless Queen might not be too happy with it.
Claggett is no longer in the Ordo Sanguis.
Oh, you're right. He was exiled.
Yes.
I was thinking Ludwig.
Oh yeah,
The guy who was in the Howling Hussars, because he's still around. You guys had a bit
he was
of
pissed off at me.
Yeah, you guys had a wolf rivalry.
Hey,
for
but
sure.
I got him in good graces with Claggett for however long he was.
That's
with
true, but not Ludwig. So I'll say Ludwig is kind of who you're on the outs with.
Cool.
All right, who else is in there?
So the next one is someone hired me for a job and I fucked it up, and that is the one and only you there.
Hello.
So I owe her 2 debts. And finally, someone lives in my territory, benefiting from my protection. And I was going to say Marin sort of lives in the outskirts of my territory.
Huh, I think he is kind of like a dacha, an estate over there.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, and we sort of benefit from each other.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. How about Svetlana? Who does she owe and who owes her?
So I would say Bathory helps me get fed regularly when I try to avoid taking down like anybody, you know. But when I have to, I give in. It's part of her character. She's kind of new to it, can't control it as well as some of the older vampires. I do my best to maybe do an animal if I can, but I'm not a good hunter. I can't grab things. So
Yeah, you're no werewolf. But
unfortunately, I got to prey on some helpless sometimes. But Bathory helps me out because she'll just do that willingly.
she makes sure. I'm sure there's always plenty of servants around the Peterhof she can grab, and the slums of Petrograd have lots of people in from the country. They disappear every day.
And those that have, you had the suggestion of the Archduke Pasternak.
Yes.
As the person responsibility, who, bears the responsibility for me becoming the vamp.
Yeah, so he's the one who gave you to your sire, the person who vampirized you.
Right. The thing I'm not sure about yet is who relies on me for their fix. I'm not sure who I could possibly help get something they need.
Let's see. I mean, if you are just, I'm just kind of looking through some characters here. Someone who is always up for a fix is Prince Felix Yusupov.
Okay.
Yusupov, I should
What's
say.
he like? What's he into?
He's a high-ranking noble. He's marginally a member of the Frishniki. Oh, you got a thing for him?
Huh? No, I just am doing heart.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, what's he into? Like, what's he want? Like, what's his fix?
I mean, he's like any kind of pleasure. Like he was
Oh, okay.
he was openly gay until he was married, and then afterwards he had kind of an arrangement with his wife, but just kind of drinking and debauchery, or what he's all about. But he's also he's still a patriot, and he's still someone who has he cares for the aristocracy and for the empire. Okay. So he's still sort of a good person, but if you're a vampire who wants to party, I can imagine him being down.
Okay.
How about? Oh, is there anything else on there, Svetlana?
All right, those. Thank you.
You there?
Yes.
You there?
Someone
Never
broke
gonna
an
get
important
old.
promise to you and swore they would make it up to you. That's Professor Egantry. He lost my soul locket.
Yeah. Sorry.
You are keeping something hidden for someone. They owe you a debt. That's Baba Yaga. I don't tell people where she lives. And you entrusted somebody with a dangerous task, recovering my soul locket. They did not succeed, and therefore they owe me 2 debts, and that's Andre.
Whoops. I tried.
A fun fact about the Fae, though, is that she has a thing called Skills of Justice, where I can cash in a debt with someone to use a power from fairy magic. So I can heal them a lot for free because they owe me.
That could come in handy.
So
yeah,
that's
all
very
kinds of
nice
stuff.
for them.
Yeah, so it always works out well.
It always works out, yeah.
One of the reasons why making a deal with Faye is so great. How about Egantry? Who does he owe and who owes him?
Alright, so first, you're someone's hookup for relics and arcane items. They owe me 2 debts. So who here needs a hookup of mystical items, talismans, wands?
That sounds like
The
something
occultist is not here.
yeah.
I know.
I'm not having a cultist.
Do you want to
Patrick
hold that one off? Because I guarantee almost that Patrick's character, Dragomir Tchaikovsky, might be interested in those things.
Yeah, if Patrick's up for it, yeah, I can wait up on that one.
All right, so we'll hold off for that. What else?
Someone has been tipping me off to the enemy's tactics. You owe them 2 debts. Seeing as I'm selling information from the Upper Sneaky to Rasputin's group, it would have to be someone within that group besides...
Okay. Oh, and I should say Rasputin's group is the Raskolniks.
The Raskolniks.
Yes, which was sort of a loose collection of mystics, heretics.
You could say that Rasputin's the one that's getting mystical items for you if you just want to cut to have somebody right now, if you don't want to wait for Patrick.
And you can always call off the debt later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. We can always switch it up if we want to. So what was the debt we were just talking about? I'm looking at some characters.
Someone has
that are-
been tipping me off to my enemy's tactics. You owe them 2 debts. I owe them 2 debts.
Would you think this would be someone in the Raskolniks? There's a few different characters who. There is one character he's nominally a member, but he's like an anti-Rasputin. A Rasputin hater, kind of a rival.
And he can give me information on where he stashes his stuff. It's perfect!
Yeah, this is his name is Sergei Trufanov or Iliador. It's Ilodor. Who is sort of like he was kind of a crazy mystic monk. That's sort of a thing in this time and place. And Rasputin sort of stole his thunder. So he's like Rasputin, but like lame.
Oh well, you work with what you got.
That is true. He does definitely have a lot of hatred towards Rasputin, who kind of took his place in the limelight.
Yeah.
And last one, I scammed someone out of something rare and priceless they cannot recover. So I owe you there 3 debts. Sorry about that.
As long as you get it back.
I don't know if I can. You see, now it's in the hands of some very dangerous people who I don't want to make angry.
I love your entree already. He's just like such a sleazeball, always living on the edge
You
there.
see, in this business, we try to avoid collateral because then we have to hire assassins, pay bribes, get out of the country as fast as we can. It's not good for business.
Oh, there's nowhere that you can hide from nature.
Crap.
Nowhere you can hide from nature. And let's start our story in one of those locations.
Okay.
A place you can't hide. None of you are hiding. You are all guests of Grigory Rasputin himself. We're going to start in the Capella, which is like a kind of a small Gothic-style chapel on the grounds of the Peterhof. Peterhof is the big Tsarist palace inside Petrograd. Petrograd, a.k.a. Leningrad, a.k.a. St. Petersburg, which is the name it bears today. They changed it from St. Petersburg to Petrograd because St. Petersburg sounds too German, and right now, Russian Empire is at war with Germany. It's like the height of World War I. It's 1916. So, all of you have entered this chapel. You have been summoned, and they are just finishing up some meditation and some prayers. Is Rasputin, the mad monk himself, a imposing figure, large dark beard, wearing kind of a simple but very fancy Russian peasant outfit and trousers, looking just a little bit out of place. So he kind of finishes his communing with the altar and then beckons all 4 of you to come and join him. Greetings! Welcome, welcome, my friends.
Always a pleasure.
The pleasure is all mine.
Good evening.
Tell me, can you guess why I have summoned you 4 here?
Because you want your gift.
Oh!
Hand them a present.
Is this from a certain grandmother?
It is from the great and esteemed Baba Yaga, yes.
Oh, I am very familiar with her. Thank you. And he reverently takes this gift. He says, I have called you here for another purpose besides that, my 4 spirits. All of you are in one way or another outsiders. Right now...
So much, but okay.
Right now we are inside.
Yes, my child. Right now, there is so much trouble through the Empire. So many enemies of the royal family circling. And even the royal family, they're trying their best, and I'm trying to guide them, show them the way of God. But still, ours is a land of conflict, and I fear it might reach them. I think there may be a plot brewing against the Romanovs. Right now... Oh, go ahead, Maya.
When isn't there?
True enough, true enough. Right now, the Tsar, Nicholas, our little father, he is leading from the front, leading the troops, so he is not here. May God grant him victory against his enemies. Right now, the Tsarina, Alexandra, she is running the government. And, well, I will just say she's doing her best. I'm giving her what advice I can. But because her husband is away, because she is a foreign-born woman, a German, she is vulnerable. particularly her children. I'm sure you know about the Tsarevich. Well,
Is that a type of cat?
no, he's a prince. Little Alexi. It is my task, my honor, to keep the boy healthy. But I fear for them. I fear their enemies are circling. That is why I brought you here. No, you there. That is why
Hello?
Yes, hello, my child. That is why I have asked you here to help me. I wish you to assist me in ferreting out these plots against the Romanovs. And I think I might detect one. There is a certain nobleman by the name of Baron Ungern. Baron Roman Ungern von Sternberg. A German name because he comes from a border area. He is a good soldier, but like many warriors, he grows wild in battle. I fear he is a taste for bloodshed.
Bloodshed takes its toll.
Does
So true.
taste for anything else besides?
It may be so. I want you to go to Kornstadt Naval Base. You will find him there. See who he talks to. Spy on him. See if you can find maybe other contacts who can assist you. Tell you what they know. If there is a plot against the Romanovs, I fear Baron Ungern may play a role in it.
And he is a ferret.
No, my child, he is a man.
He believes that he is my father.
No. My child, perhaps all of Russia are my children. Though we are all God's children, are we not?
You say so, my friend.
Of course.
Say otherwise.
So
My
we're-
father is an oak tree.
Oh.
Oaks are
See.
considered God's children as well. Every living creature. Yes?
I don't know.
Now,
My
do you have any
mother
other
is also an
questions?
oak
I have spent enough time in prayer and meditation. I wish to worship in my own manner.
So you wouldn't happen to have any leads on Baron Stromberg himself, would you?
I know he is a man who loves the worst weapons modern science can devise. Perhaps that's why he lurks at Kornstadt. There's weapons testing ranges there.
Okay, interested in weapons. Any other lags?
Not that I know of. But look around Kornstadt and see what you can find.
Weapons is all I got.
And he picks up the
Versus
box,
bloodlust.
and you can see he's like holding it close to him.
As well.
Now, if you excuse me, I must go and worship in my own manner.
Stay safe.
Always. And Rasputin excitedly trots on out.
One of these days I'm going to figure out where he goes. But unfortunately today's not one of those days. So, why don't we head down to Baron Stromberg, eh?
Very well.
Yes, we will visit him in his belly button base.
Well, you're not wrong, but probably not best to describe it like that.
Being a naval base.
Belly button.
It's
That's
still
how
just
that
roll.
translates.
Maybe.
Interesting.
But okay.
Will there be security, someone possibly on guard?
Perhaps a ferret.
Well, if they have any guards or ferrets on there, I'm pretty sure we can just talk our way in. Or at least some of us can sneak in.
That's a possibility.
All right. So, are there any kind of preparations or things you want to do before you head to Kornstadt?
I'm gonna find something like a peace offering for the Baron. Just to, let him know, hey, we come here in peace.
Ooh. Okay. So you're gonna kind of look at your collection.
Oh, yes.
Ooh. Okay. I think a move has come. Why don't you read it out here?
Alright, so I can cash in a debt with my arcane network to procure something. And one of those, I would say, would be Rasputin himself, since I, well,
Yeah.
again, his
Just
lead.
agree to work for him there. Okay.
And I also have my private collection where I can research something about an occult item, cards, or individual. But this guy's an occult, isn't he?
As far as you know.
As far as I know. But let's go with the gift. I'm going to cash in a debt with Rasputin to obtain something useful for Stromberg.
Okay. He will give you... I'm trying to think of what a cool...
They must offer me 3 things, and I pick the one I want.
Ooh, okay. The options are all... There's a sword. There is an idol that looks kind of like Tibetan Buddhist. Maybe like something from our last game when we were kind of close to the Himalayas there. Sort of like a demon, a Rakshasa with like the teeth and the skulls and everything. Pretty fearsome looking creation there. And the other option is a Mongolian mask, like a funerary mask, of like one of the maybe a minor Khan would have worn before they put him in his burial now.
For a bloodthirsty individual like the Baron, I think the sword would be most useful.
Okay, it looks like kind of medieval. Something that like Alexander Nevsky might have wielded, if you know your Russian history / Sergei Eisenstein filmography. I don't know. It's a great movie. You know, the knights charge across the ice and he smashes the ice and they all go in there. This is this is Generation Shadow's classic film corner. Yeah, Alexander Nevsky, check it out. Great movie. All right, yeah. So you got this cool like medieval sword.
Great sword.
All right. Is anybody great sword?
Gotta remember the steel.
It is a great
afterwards.
sword as well. So, anybody else doing anything before you guys head on over to Kornstadt?
I just stand outside in the sun.
Okay, it's kind of overcast, but
I do my best.
That's true. Probably good for Svetlana, our vampire there. So we'll kind of cut ahead. Kornstadt is this like heavily militarized area, a bunch of bridges. Petrograd's kind of there's lots of like bridges that connect the various districts. Very very important areas. I learned that from reading the China Mieville book October, which highly recommended. I guess that's Generation Shadow's book corner. So pick that one up if you're interested more in your Russian Revolution history. And this is a place, there's like a bunch of different battleships, military cruisers resting there. There's lots of barracks where the sailors are. Some like impressive statues of Peter the Great and Russian naval heroes of the past. And right now, like there's not really anybody particularly standing guard. You got some like sailors and Marines marching around doing maneuvers. No one's paying that much attention to you. Everyone's kind of keeping to themselves, doing what their orders are for the day. You do spot a figure who is a little bit out of place after you cross the bridge. He is a nattily dressed American who is working with. He's wearing like a fancy brown suit and vest with a fedora there with like a little press card in the brim, and he's like snapping a few photos, screwing in new light bulbs of the area there as he's taking everything in.
What are you doing with the box?
Oh, I'm just snapping some pictures.
If you snap the pictures, do they break?
Only the ignorant minds of the unobservant American public. Jack Reed's the name. How you doing?
I'm doing well.
Oh, glad to hear it.
Jack Reed.
Yep, that's my name. And what should I call you?
You there.
You there, huh?
Uh-huh.
Boy, one of those charming Russian names. I love it. What about the rest of you fellas? And actually, when he hears he's like, you there, huh? You wouldn't happen to be friends with a certain grandmother, would you?
Is everyone friends with?
I have no. How do you even know that?
Hey, I got my sources. A reporter never shares them.
You will share these sources.
Oh, great. All right. What are you doing to him?
Nothing, I'm just gesturing at him.
Oh, okay. He's like, whoa. All right.
You
All right.
can't just ask somebody to reveal their sources. He
Hey.
has journalistic integrity, right?
Ixnay on the Baba Yaga Day.
Why does it matter?
Yeah, good point. I'm sorry about messing my pig Latin. I was bottom of my class at Harvard. What can you do? Anyway, you there. Why don't you introduce me to your pals?
Let's see. There's this flower,
Uh-huh.
and this flower,
Oh, okay.
this one, and this one.
Well, don't they just look dandy? I was talking about these three fellas.
Oh, I don't know this one very well. This one stole from me, and this one's a very nice dog.
Interesting.
Not many people know about that part.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sure it's an open secret by now. Come on, Andre.
Oh, man. Everybody knows Andre? Whoa.
Cat's out the bag.
Yeah, or dog's out of the bag in this
Dog.
case. I mean, he's been around for a long time.
you should be proud of it. They're better than people.
My abilities are very useful, but not very many people are too happy about them.
Well, then they must die.
So, Jack,
Yes.
Brings you such a distant.
Hey,
Not enough.
Jack. That's who I am to my friends, and I want to make a friend of you. That's for damn sure. What are you saying there, sweetheart?
What brings you this far?
Why, the story, the news, the scoop.
but I do not recommend writing about myself. And
Well, maybe I'll keep that wrong, but let me tell you this, buddy. This place is like a tinderbox. It's about to blow up, and the result, revolution. A new kind of nation, one run by and for the workers. You mark my words, it's going to happen right here. And I want to be there to observe it, record it, and then see it spread all over the world, making a better tomorrow for everybody.
This is a term I keep hearing. What is a worker?
Well, there's two kinds of people in the world, the workers and the bosses. Bosses give the orders, make the money. Workers do the work and get their money siphoned away, taken upwards, top of the pyramid. It's a scam, I tell you.
Yes, and you eat money.
I wish we could.
you
You give the money to buy the stuff that you eat. More of a scam.
Why don't you just get the food instead of the...
Because not everyone has the ability to get the food on their own.
Well,
Otherwise
each to
it
his
was
own
just-
ability, each to his own need. That's what a certain Karl Marx tells me, and he's my guy. Anyway, I might want to keep that down a little bit while I'm over here. You never know who's listening.
Very
You got the
wise.
Prishniki, the Okrana, all kinds of secret police. But hey, I'm an American. What can they do?
Karl Marx is a ferret?
Alright, something like that. Anyway, because we're both serving the same chicken-legged mistress, what can I do you for?
Her legs are not chickens.
Her house has the chicken legs, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Her legs. Well, I don't want to talk about them. There's some scary stuff, alright? There's some things I will not put in my reporting.
Hey, whatever you're into, my friend.
That's the spirit. So, how can I help?
We're trying to get into the base to talk to a certain baron.
The Baron, huh?
Anyway.
Ungern?
You've seen it.
Is it Baron Ungern Roman von Sternberg, to use his full name? And you better do when you're around him.
Oof, that is going to be difficult.
Oh, good to know. But yeah, we're just...
So he's a very particular bear.
I would say so. Also, quite a bit bloodthirsty. I'd list the number of crimes he committed out there in the field. We'd be here all day.
Well,
Guy's a maniac with a sword and a machine gun.
I'm very impressed that a bear could use either of those.
Trust me, the Russian bear uses them plenty. And Baron Ungern, he's not a bear, but he's like a beast.
You wouldn't
I'll say that.
he's a reasonable person, would you?
No. That's a description I would not apply to this guy.
This is who we wish to talk to.
It's who we're supposed to find information on, who he's working with. Maybe we can avoid just talking to him personally.
Is asking him directly who he's working for the best course of action?
Well, you see
I
the
agree.
sword you there? Yeah. He might try to, do that to us. If we give him the sword, which was my mistake.
Yes, why are you giving him a sword?
It was supposed to be a peace offering.
That
Hey,
seems
the
a
guy-
strange peace offering.
Look, the guy does like swords. Still,
I like birds.
yeah, sure.
Very nice.
And I like steaks. Yum yum. Any, just as long as we're sharing things we like, you know. Anyhow, the sword might be a good entryway, but I would say don't just come out and ask, "Hey Baron, how's tricks? Who you working for?" That would get him real upset real fast. See if you can find a way to spy on him and see where he goes. But be careful. He's a tricky one.
I can turn into a ferret and blend in with his ferrets.
Are ferrets even native to Russia?
There are ferrets about.
Are ferrets native to Russia? Do we know?
Do you have a photo of this Baron Ungerbones?
A photo? I just might. I might have snapped some pictures of him a while ago, and I might got a few. He digs through his coats.
Could
Just
you please check?
Yeah, here we go. And he finds one. Yeah, I got him when he was coming in on some fancy military parade a few days back after his latest victory over the Turk in some distant battle. So you see Baron Ungern, he's wearing a super fancy kind of white Russian Cossack uniform. Lots of braid. He's a very fearsome, intense looking guy with super trim mustache, kind of like a Roman nose. Just glaring. He has 2 swords, rifle on his back, big cape.
And he got these awards for killing turkeys.
Something like that.
Yeah. But yeah, this is the guy. I think you can find him a bit down there in the weapons testing area, seeing what new implements of death the scientists here have cooked up.
Thank you, Jack.
No problem.
If we ever need your help again, will you be around, Jack?
That I will. Wherever there's a story, Jack Reed is there.
Well,
Alright, stick around for a couple minutes then. We have no idea how this might go down.
Isn't that always the way?
It is, especially in my line of work.
So, what's your plan for spying or approaching Baron Ungern?
Well,
Do all of us need to go in there, or can we have just one?
I was just gonna see if I can just wander around, see if I could, essentially investigating a place of power and see if I can find
And have
anything
everyone
interesting.
else investigate.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Someone else can do the talking.
Right. Okay, Andre, let's have you roll. Oh,
Sure.
this is our first roll. Investigate a place of power with mortality.
Mortality.
Yeah, 'cause it's
Oh. Ugh.
all right, well, you get to mark it.
10.
No matter what the success is.
Well.
Come on, 10.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, how do we do there?
11.
Nice.
Sweet.
Even better.
All right.
Even with the minus 1.
I'll tell you what. You notice this. You actually notice your employer, Marin, who was kind of hanging out sort of around the officers' mess area. Just sort of kind of keeping to the shadows, watching everything over. He doesn't quite, with a roll that high, he does not notice you.
Interesting.
But yeah, Marin is definitely present on this base. Alright, so what's the plan for approaching Ungern? Is someone going to talk to him? Are you just going to try and sneak around?
What are we trying to find out from him again?
Information on who he's working for in the plot against Rasputin, I believe.
To see if he's against the Romanovs.
I may know someone in this area who could be of use.
Oh, cool. So, who is it? And I love using that word. Got it from I don't know what he was, but he looked like the Buddha himself. Kept going on about it. Oh well.
Interesting. Well, they go by the name Marin. They are an old associate of mine. So,
Oh.
very crafty one. So, I will go and speak with him.
Alright.
You might actually know him, or may
I
have seen
know
him.
of
Yes.
I feel
Alright.
like
So you're going to go chat with Marin.
Yes.
is unlikely to talk
Yes.
to us, but I could spy on him for a while.
That might be a good idea.
more spies we have, the better.
Okay. And she turns into a cat.
Okay, awesome.
It's a good choice.
At least they have cats here, I think.
There are definitely cats in Russia, yes.
No, I mean on the space.
Cats are everywhere.
Cats
They're
are
probably wandering
everywhere.
I don't want to turn into a mouse because then I might get eaten by a cat. Cats are basically apex predators for what they are, so
It's true.
much less danger. And they jump really well and have really good hearing, so. It kind of hurts. I take a harm.
But now, you are the perfect cat.
Yeah.
Alright, so meow meow, so you meow meow your way into the testing area. Right now it's absent. There's just sort of like a big firing line with a bunch of sort of wooden cutouts of various soldiers. Baron Ungern has like a machine gun set up and is just doing like bursts into the targets, blowing them apart, and he's just like loving it. So he does that for a little bit, and then Marin actually walks in.
Okay.
So you might not recognize him. Though actually, Andre, you had told like what Marin looks like.
Yeah, they, because you can't really tell their gender. Yeah, basically it's, as I said, you can't tell their gender, you can't tell really their age. They can be as young as a teenager all the way to maybe a middle-aged man. So it's, well, maybe not middle-aged, but I would say like around our age. So
Yeah, this kind of ageless individual wearing a very fancy dark suit, waistcoat, dark tie, and like top hat.
yes, very fancy, very interesting person.
For sure. Dracula's agent in our previous game. Yep. Big, powerful vampire. Marin heads over and joins Baron Ungern. Guy's got a huge name. Hey, Baron Roman Ungern von Sternberg. Let's shorten that name, okay?
I'm gonna walk over and see if either of them like cats in the hopes that one of them picks
Yeah, they don't.
Aw.
Sternberg actually, he just like grabs you by your tail. And he's like, look at this. Vermin, eh? Hey, Marin, watch this. He throws you into the firing line. And he's like, let me show you what this can do to blood and bone. And he starts trying to draw bead on you.
Oh, duck for cover, I guess.
Alright, I'm gonna say, the rest of you guys are kind of like watching this from the side. So you can maybe do something to help. Let's have, maybe one person can do one thing before he gives, for you there, a burst from the machine gun.
I'm gonna sidle up to Marin and be like, it might not be a very good idea for him to do that.
Marin's like, Baron, stop. And Ungern, he's gonna require a persuasion roll. He's like, why not? I do what I want. I kill who I want.
The death of this creature might bring you misfortune, let us say.
If killing brings me misfortune, then I would have, well, quite a lot of misfortune, I'll tell you that.
Well,
He's gonna require a persuade.
Can I help out on the persuade?
Sure, you can do an assist.
Yeah. You can just say, it's just a cat. Why waste valuable ammunition on it?
Okay, so let's have you roll his faction. So roll Knight.
So, nice.
Oh, hold on one sec, Nick. Let's see if you get the extra +1.
I rolled a 10.
Oh, nice. So you are
And
getting
it's a
+1.
9.
Oh, be sure and mark Knight, Egantre. All right,
That should
Nick.
be enough.
Let's have you roll with Mind. Oh, sorry, Heart for Persuade, and add an extra +1. Thanks for that assist.
alright. It's too bad he's not in my territory.
Well, you picked the woods.
Yeah, I did. The woods on the outskirts, but so 5, 6,
7 straight up.
6 actually.
A 6.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So it's a -1.
-1 to heart.
Dang.
Okay. Baron Underground says, when I was young, you would have to find graveyards for all the little animals I killed. And there was nothing wrong with it then. That's right. He's in the dark triad of serial killer behaviors.
Well,
Yeah.
when I was young, we were a little bit more violent than your ways.
Interesting.
I am going to attempt to mislead, distract, or trick him.
Oh, okay. I was going to do the escape, but I think this could work. But what are you doing?
I am going to go ahead and mark a corruption to use glamour. Marking corruption. Oh yeah. And all of a sudden there are 4 cats instead of just 1 cat.
Oh, nice.
As I said, misfortune follows.
Dashing hither, tither, and yon, and I will go ahead and roll the. I'm trying to confuse them for some time. I get to roll on heart because I'm a fae. That's pretty good. That's a 14.
Whoa. That's probably one of the highest rolls you've ever gotten in this game.
Well, that was
perhaps.
double sixes.
Yeah.
Nice. So these 4 cats, he's totally flummoxed.
Right, and then on top of that, the three cats that are not her, so she can get away, get up and start doing a can.
What is this
Going,
madness? You there, big fan of French dancing.
This creature is very strange. Maybe we should leave it be.
He, Ungern turns on you and Marin. He's like, this is your doing. Your kind, the children of the night. I know it. Marin's like, Baron, calm yourself. Please. We have much to discuss. Andre, maybe you can go sniff after this cat. There are words that I would not say in your presence. Me and the Baron wish to have a conversation alone.
Well, I would like to speak with you as well when the time comes. When you are available.
Okay.
The cats are doing a Chinese acrobatics routine.
Yeah,
That is just-
I'll start stepping up and attempt to corral the cats. Yes.
Dancing cats. Now I've seen everything. If only I could shoot them.
It doesn't seem like the appropriate place for business. Wouldn't you say, Svetlana?
I don't think so.
So, if you would like, we can accompany you. We have something to discuss with you as well, your Baron. Ship.
Ah, interesting.
If you would allow us. We even brought you a gift.
Oh. So why don't you give me a... Is there a special move you have for the gift there?
For the gift?
For
No,
gift
it's just a
giving.
gift.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to add a bonus to it or anything.
Yeah, I think we give you a bonus. Give me the persuade. So roll with heart. Getting a nice +2 bonus for that.
+2,
Very
so
nice.
that makes it a 10.
Ooh. Okay. He's like, oh, look at this sword, beautifully weighted. I can just see some unfortunate peasant's head coming under here. Whoa! Right off their shoulders. Feast for the wolves. Excellent. You are my friend.
So can we do business, my
Marin's
friend?
like, Marin's like, a moment. Maybe this stranger, Andre, do you know him?
The cats are miming out everything that's been happening. By the way. So one's like,
Well, he seems an interesting sort. Someone to be useful to many people.
Oh, Marin's like, and perhaps I'll share what I have to say with him and you as well. We need, if we wish for certain powers in Russia to flourish, we must make Russia afraid. The way to do that is to go after the throne. What I would like you to do, at least to be there to observe, go to the Peterhof, to the Samson Fountain. It's tea, evening tea.
Evening tea.
All the Romanovs will be there. My mistress has a plan. And if you could intervene in the right moment, could endear you to her, as well as make the Romanovs and all of Russia afraid.
As he's talking, can I figure him out?
Yes, this is for Marin.
For Marin, or either one.
Okay. Well, you kind of gotta choose one. So Marin or Baron Unger.
Baron Unger.
Okay.
Want to see what his reaction to all this is.
Right. Roll with mind.
Right. Let's see, +3, 7. Phew.
Okay. You can ask one question.
So wait, who wants to make all of Russia afraid? The Baron or Marin?
Oh, I realize we got Marin and the Baron.
Marin and the Baron.
Marin is the one who said that.
Marin
He's
is-
trying to enlist Baron Ungern in this scheme of his to make Russia afraid. And he asked Baron Ungern to be at the Samson fountain in the Peterhof.
So it's not the Baron, but Marin is kind of the thing. So who's pulling his strings?
Are you asking for Baron Ungern?
No, Marin.
Marin, okay. It is the Boyars in general and Bathory, and Countess Bathory in particular. He's like her agent. So she's the one who's kind of telling him to enlist Baron Ungern for this scheme of hers.
Well, seems the lady has very interesting choices and what is the word? Sorry, I'm even blanking on the word. Machinations, let's put it.
Baron Ungern says, "Bah! I have no time for such things. I want to be the head of an army, storming across the steppes, conquering and burning all in my path."
Well, there may be some burning in this high tea if you are willing to help out.
I suppose so. I am loyal to my czar, but you can tell he's not super into it.
Very well.
And he's like, "You must promise me one thing. Destroy those cats."
The cats all fuse together,
Huh?
and so it's like kind of Terminator 2 style, except but like with plants. And they come together in the form of Baba Yaga, who gives the Baron the evil eye and then flies away on her magical teacup. That's what she flies in. That's in the stories.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, I heard like a mortar and pestle too.
Oh, that's right, mortar and pestle. Sorry,
No,
she flies away in her mortar and pestle.
Right, which is like, it's a bowl for grinding herbs and a little thing you grind them up with. But it's like giant size. She's like uses the pestle. It's like a big.
And while she
bowl,
flies
I
away,
think.
she goes, "You have been marked! Marked!"
Whoa. Okay.
I don't know what to roll on that.
Yeah. Are you like trying? Well, what are you trying to
This
do?
is
Like,
the end of her glamour. Like,
are you
the
trying
glamour
to
doesn't
like
last forever.
intimidate him?
Yeah, I'm just trying to scare him.
Okay. Let's have you roll persuade. I think that'll probably be the most.
That works.
It might be that, or maybe unleash an attack. So it's like a mental attack on him.
I'm fine with persuade or
Persuade makes sense to me
Or
as well.
trick.
Yeah, I guess. Well, that's true. But persuade also says like threats.
Yeah.
So that could be.
That's still an 8.
Okay. I will say he's not really going to modify the terms of being scared. I will say he's like sort of scared, but he's also kind of defiant as well. He's like, "Go ahead, mark me. I've been marked before."
You will suffer.
He storms off angrily. Marin turns to you two and says, "So the Baba Yaga's involved? We can be sure of that?"
She has her ways.
I mean, you did just see her fly off.
Yes. Well, I'd be careful. She has her own plans for Russia. Sometimes they do not coincide with ours.
Very true.
Can I pull the Baron aside?
Yeah, he kind of goes right past you as he's storming out, gripping his sword there.
I'm moment, Baron.
What do you want?
It's not much what I want, but what you want.
Oh.
It sounds as though you're not happy with Marin's proposal.
I'm I'm loyal to my czar, but I also, this skulking around in the dark is not for me. If I want something, I take it.
Then perhaps if we could find you a cause worthy of bringing your army to the battlefront.
I do have some of my Cossacks in Petrograd here. What did you have in mind?
Well, with several people, to our knowledge, making their own plans of toppling the Romanovs, it would be very beneficial for you to have a clear side and know who your opponents are. We would be very, very lucky to have someone like you.
So you're trying to kind of recruit him to the boyars. Is that what you're doing? Or are you kind of adding him to your web, I guess?
If I can.
What was that?
If I can.
Ooh, okay. You can go for a persuade, or you can try like offering him a debt. Like he might, like you will owe him a debt, and then in return he'll be part of your web.
Cool.
The web is like a special thing the vampire gets. It's sort of like the wolf's territory a little bit. Is there like a Is there like kind of? Is there like a role in that you would like him to fulfill?
Well, he's not really asking for a favor. I'm sort of asking for him to be ready if we need him.
Okay.
So it would be more me owing him a debt.
Yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking there.
Yeah. It would be better for that. People that come to me is more like, or threaten me, then I can get them in the web.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
So I'll do that.
All right. So he'll accept that. So you can find a spot for him in the web there.
But do I have to?
If you're gonna owe him a debt, he'll go for it.
Okay.
He'll be like, well, I can make friends as well. We can strike this bargain. Just be ready when the time comes.
Always.
And he storms off. Baron Ungern, real person, horrible war criminal, one of history's monsters, I would say. So bad guy.
And now he has a powerful sword.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Egontre.
Yes.
Great. All right. So as long as you're giving a powerful artifacts to like pogromists, what else are you guys gonna do in Kornstadt? Or it's kind of nearing sunset, which is right when the evening is for that sunset tea. So are you guys going to head back to the Peterhof, or is there anything else you want to do in town here?
Still cat.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's still catted up.
The real cat. The other cats.
The other cats formed together into Baba Yaga.
Yes.
Right.
That illusion
one,
is gone.
Right. Just checking that you were still.
Yeah. I mean, unless she has to switch out right now. But
Well, I think we're kind of drawing the scene to a close here, but unless there's anything else you guys want to...
At the end of the scene, she can no longer be a kitty.
Right. Can't stay a cat forever.
I kind of want to see... I want to talk with Marin and... Marin, I understand that your ladyship has plans and seems to have the Baron in her sights, but do you know if the Baron has any other loyalties besides the Tsar?
His loyalty to the Tsar is nominal. The Baron is like a wild beast. Right now the Tsar happens to hold his leash, but he simply seeks bloodshed. He'll fight for the Countess as much as anybody, as long as he can fight. He's a blunt instrument, but the Countess has her uses for them. The Cossack Taurus, for instance, you'll have to meet him soon. Ugh. A singularly loathsome individual.
Maybe my kind of person. Then again,
Even I don't know if you would get along.
Well, you once called me loathsome.
Oh, those I recall fondly.
times change.
Perhaps you should go to the Samson Fountain as well. If you could endear yourself to the Tsarina, you might be a bit more manageable than Baron Ungern.
There's a possibility.
All right, so I think we'll cut ahead a little bit.
Yeah, so one thing that my character would do is go to a gum tree and be like, I'm confused about what has happened.
Alright, so the Baron himself, I figure he's kind of small fry. Because he's kind of, as you said, a blunt instrument, right?
Yes,
It's
this can be like while we're riding back.
yeah.
But you're still in cat form. It's like, yes.
Yeah, it's the warriors.
Yeah, she
that
starts
pull the
talking in cat
strings.
form.
Yeah, that makes that's very a cool
The players
image.
are trying to
A talking cat.
shift his allegiances to more suit them. So it
So
seems.
it is the Boyars who have the plot on the Tsars?
Well, it seems so, wouldn't it,
This is
Andre?
not the
It is part of the
information that Rasputin has requested?
In a manner of speaking, yes, which
So we could just report back to him.
we could, but I want to learn more. My association with the Boyars has been very on the fence so far. I was previously associated with a group that they despise, so
Okay. Somebody dropped the farming can
well,
in the
Well, we can't exactly have a conversation in here.
very true.
All right, so now everyone's kind of brought up to speed.
So are we telling
up,
Rasputin or are we not telling Rasputin?
Let's find out more, because it's the Boyars, sure, but what do we know what the Boyars are doing?
I do not even know what the Boyars are.
Well,
They are a faction of creatures of the night.
when you say Boyars, you encompass everybody. Be
That's-
careful, generalize.
Okay, don't generalize. So, not
So some of the
Boyars.
Boyars are part of this plot and some of them are not?
That's
That's
a possibility. Yes, it's more than likely.
I
But we
mean,
were hired by Rasputin to give him this information.
which we will.
Are we not
eventually.
breaking our promises to him?
No,
Not yet, because we can always tell them later once we find out more.
But if the plot is against them tonight, later will be too late.
I mean, I can't argue that.
So you guys arrive at the Peterhof. Are you going to give Rasputin a quick update, or are you going to head right over to the Samson Fountain for tea?
Might as well. I mean, keep him up to speed, right?
I would like to.
Are you two alright with that? You guys can head on to the party.
I will head to the fountain.
Okay, so who's going to go see Rasputin?
I'll go.
All right, everybody except for Andre there. Okay, we'll just do it real fast. So you head in there. You go to Rasputin's chambers. He comes out naked, and you hear some laughter of various people going. Some fun worshiping has been going on in his quarters there. He's just like, oh, I'm a little busy. What is it?
Promise not to keep you long.
Please don't. What? I have to get back. There's,
You're having the intercourse. That is very good.
I'm getting the devil out of them and out of myself. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, the devil.
Yeah. You want to come in?
No!
I'm telling you.
Are you getting the devil out of yourself and putting it into them?
Something like that. But no. What would you like? Can I sure you don't come in? I got vodka.
Okay.
Lots of it.
We would like you to put on your pants, but we got information.
No,
for
there's
you.
no time for
You do
that.
not require your pantsing.
Good. I will never put them on. What were you saying?
It's the Boyars.
Oh,
I told you.
the vampires, those
But
cursed creatures.
some of them.
Oh.
Present company excluded.
Ah. Well, thank you for telling me this.
So
So-
vampires are real?
So much is real, my darling. So what are these,
You see, Svetlana,
What we have found out is
Yes.
that
vampire.
the Baron,
Oh.
who you were asking about,
like Vanny's
person you asked us to find, our Baron, may or most likely not be as big of a threat as you worried. But he could be if swayed.
So the boyars were talking to him, approaching him?
One of them.
Fellow that goes by the name. And I'll look to Svetlana. Is it alright if I tell him that?
He's more of Andre's friend than mine.
And Andre's not here. It's Marin.
Baron. Rasputin starts like stroking his beard. Intriguing. Well, I'll keep my eyes on Baron. I've seen him around court. They are a favorite of Countess Bathory.
May I ask you a question, Rasputin?
Anything.
Would you take it as an offense if I drove the Baron completely mad?
I hardly know him, but he seems to be fairly crazy already.
Working his way towards it.
Yeah, he's a bloodthirsty man.
Yes, he's bloodthirsty and dangerous. I can make him less dangerous.
I should think so. You're welcome to try. It doesn't concern me in particularly. But what if this? What are they plotting? Did you learn that?
Something at the tea.
Ah,
The tea should be canceled.
I would not do that. The Tsarina, she must have her tea. Also, maybe a little bit too late for that. They should be starting fairly soon.
Oh,
I would
and
go.
something is probably about to happen.
Well, I would go and join them, but I'm otherwise engaged. If you could go there and just keep an eye out for me, I would appreciate it. Unless, of course, you want to come in here and pray with me.
Yes, pray with you.
Exactly.
I assume we'll get on our knees as well.
Oh, everybody's going to get on their knees by the end of it.
Well, the
it's
thing
quite
is,
an experience.
Andre's over there, so I'm gonna go check on him.
Okay. Very well.
No.
More vodka for me! He heads back in. I'm coming and back in, everybody!
Oh, thank God.
You do get a little bit of hairy Rasputin bud as he goes in there.
Ah,
Are we not going to have the sex with him?
no. I mean, I'm not. You do you. I'm leaving.
I feel like right now I should not be having the sex, but doing the protection.
Probably a good idea.
It's always a good idea.
So, you guys head over to the Samson Fountain. It's like kind of this outdoor area with a beautiful checkerboard, kind of marble design. And then right there is the fountain that's got like Samson tearing apart that line there. Lots of water. Big, fancy, beautiful park area. Trees on every side. Right now, a sumptuous feast is laid out for tea. There's sort of all the nobility, the aristocrats of Russia, including quite a few foreign notables, and some of the Romanovs themselves are just hanging out, enjoying the company and enjoying the treats. As you guys are coming, I'm going to say you catch up with Andre right there. Your path is blocked by two individuals. One is Archduke Fyodor Pasternak, this big, broad-shouldered. He's getting up in years, but this like older Russian nobleman with like the sword at his side, gold braid, big cape, humongous mustache. Once again, there are going to be a lot of great facial hair descriptions in this arc. This is an excellent time and place for facial hair.
The beards are magnificent.
Yes. And he's got like a badge showing like a broom and a dog's head, which you recognize as a symbol of the Oprishniki. You especially, because you kind of, a lot of you guys, except for you there, have dealings with Archduke Fyodor. Next to him is a woman who's like, she's slim, has like kind of scars, she has a shaved head, wearing a simple, unadorned, olive green Russian military uniform. And this is Nadia, who's like a female Russian soldier, who is now the main enforcer for the Oprishniki. She's silently glaring at you. Archduke Fyodor says, you're Rasputin's creatures, aren't you?
Yes, let me see you brought your secretary with you. How nice.
Oh, Nadia does not like that. She like clicks her teeth a little bit.
Oh dear. That's not to call her a secretary. Archduke, Nadia, pleasure to see you again.
What do you want? You want to have tea, I suppose?
We're just here enjoying the festivities like
We're
everyone
here to
else.
stop an assassination plot.
That too. Since it's already out of the bag. Thank you, there.
You're welcome.
An assassination plot. Well,
So, would you be happy to intend to do that?
the Oprishniki are more than capable of protecting the Tsarina and her family.
Oh, good. That's solved then. She turns around and starts walking away.
Okay.
Well, hey, at least you guys are here since Rasputin is currently in the midst of worshipping, as he says.
Disgusting. It is shameful that the Empire has to deal with someone like him. And perhaps worse than that are this coterie of miscreants that he's summoned. Egantre, you can enter, but your friends, let them have tea with the servants. They're not wanted here. They can go with the strange one.
I do need my friends here to help me thwart this assassination. As you say, use every resource available to you, right?
Ah,
And they are a valuable resource.
he thinks that over. You will do a persuade on him, but it definitely appeals to his sense of pragmatism.
Before I roll, anyone help?
I'm walking away. I can't really.
Yeah, I guess
do
you're
that.
like just. Well, we'll see what you. We'll check back with you in a little bit. You might just see something strange
Let's go then.
in the foyer there.
That's a 9.
Okay, so would you like to either owe a debt to Archduke Fyodor, or will he be like, or he could modify the terms? He could say like, he'll let you in, but like Nadia's gotta stick like right by these two, watching them the whole time.
You know what? I'm okay with that.
Archduke Fyodor says, "Excellent.
Sorry.
Enjoy the tea." Nadia, stick close to those two.
Not good.
So, you guys head in. There are a few. Let's have you meet a few of these guests here, and then we'll kind of cut back to what Kat sees or what you there sees.
Okay.
So, as you guys are walking around enjoying the tea, the treats, pastries are good. The finger sandwiches, oh, amazing. I mean, the rest of Petrograd is starving, but hey. Some delicious pastries going on here. I'm gonna say. Let me see. I think Svetlana, you are gonna be approached by Ambassador Lionel Livingston. This is the son of your character from our last arc. And as always, that Livingston luck is making him fall for the wrong woman. So he's sort of a young Englishman. He's wearing like kind of the Edwardian frock coat, proper morning dress. He knows tea, and he has a very neat mustache and like some spectacles and a bowler hat there. So he like heads right over to you. Hello there. I don't believe we've met before. I'm Lionel Livingston, the ambassador from England.
Yes. Good. My name is Svetlana. Pleasure to meet you. And this is my shadow, Nadia.
Oh, one of those charming female soldiers, fresh from the front. I take it.
I wouldn't know. She doesn't talk. She just glares a lot.
Yeah, she just like nods. Jolly good. We almost our nations of the Entente all working together, making the world safe from the Kaiser's tyranny, eh?
As always. So, what brings you here?
Oh, why, the war. It's my duty to make sure that Russia stays on the side of the Entente, on the side of the right, and that the Kaiser and Austria-Hungary always have their flanks harried by the bold Russian soldiers. Not that they've been doing a very good job of it lately, but, well, we all are doing our part, eh?
Yes. You seem to know quite a bit of what's going on.
Oh,
Very
thank you.
enthusiastic. Isn't he, Nadia? Isn't he?
She gives like a silent nod.
Just trying to piss her off.
Yeah, her glare intensifies.
perhaps you would mind walking with us and telling us more about your interest here.
Oh, it'd be my pleasure. Tell me, are you interested in cricket?
Well, it's really a great thing that you there's not there.
Oh, I know, so confusing. Cricket?
Please, do tell.
Well, cricket is a game of skill and chance. There's wickets and batsmen, and he goes on and on. I don't know anything about cricket.
You're cool. Trying to get, if I can, Nadia and us away from.
Ooh, okay. Well, I would say because she's sticking on you and the ambassador, you successfully lead her away.
Cool.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna say,
I was gonna see if I could look around, see if I could find either Marin or I'm blanking on her name.
Countess Bathory.
Yes.
Give me. Why don't we do? There's no just like perception check here.
Not really.
But why don't we
the
do?
closest would be, I think, maybe investigate a place of power.
Yeah. Why don't you investigate and then roll for like night? I guess because you're looking for Bathory in particular. I know this place is technically immortality, but
Yeah.
how do we do there?
10.
Ooh, nice. All right, you see quite a few. Yeah, Countess Bathory is indeed there.
Okay.
She's kind of seated by herself
Really good.
in like one of the tables with some tea in front of her, not drinking it.
Of course not.
She's a very tall, imposing, raven-haired woman. Very striking, pale features, wearing like a red gown there. You also notice, I'm going to say you're going to be approached by Prince Felix Yusupov, a good-looking young Russian aristocrat wearing like kind of a white suit with a fashionable Panama hat. He like pops over to you and is like, "Oh, Andre, Mr. Ionescu, hello there, sir.
Hello.
I thought I heard about you you arriving at the joining us here at the palace."
Ah, yes. That's very true. I've been reminisce of my old homeland and its surrounding area.
Oh, wonderful. Tell me, were you invited by Rasputin?
In a sense, yes.
Ah, well, that, I'm afraid, is not so good.
Oh. How so?
Yes, well, Rasputin, I mean, he's an all-right fellow, and I suppose he's, his party's the stuff of legend, but, well, it's, rather bit of a trouble for her and her children. He's nodding towards the Tsarina.
Of course.
The people, they worry about Rasputin's influence. I'm afraid the mad monk may have to go. Tell me, would you be willing to defend the Empire against someone like him?
Well, I have been known to defend the powerful. So,
Excellent. So I can count on you when the time comes?
if I'm to understand correctly, you wish me to protect the Tsarina in a time of need.
Yes, so to speak.
I think that is.
Oh, splendid, splendid. And he pats your hand and heads off there. Egantre, and then we're going to get back to what you there sees.
Oh,
In the and you're kind of in like, well, where exactly does you there go? So I can tell you where it's going to be.
she's just walking back towards not where people are.
It's like the gardens, kind of.
Oh, the gardens would be nice.
Yeah, they
especially
got
if
some
there-
beautiful gardens
Are there
out there.
butterflies or anything in there?
Oh, you know it.
Oh, she's in there playing with butterflies and like field mice and anything else that she can find.
All right, very, very cute. Egantre, you are approached by I guess sort of like a middle-aged American woman who you as players might perhaps know. It is Isolde Lefay, who is now part of Rasputin's kind of coterie. So she's wearing like, I should ask Patrick, how does your character dress when they're like 50 years old? She's probably wearing like a nice kind of like mauve sort of, not some summer gown kind of thing, and like a big round straw hat with some like fancy flowers in the brim there. So she appears next to you and says, "Oh, Mr. Agantre."
Miss Isolde, pleasure to see you.
Ah, well, it's always good to meet someone else who is a delver into the secrets of the world.
It is, but I'm having trouble pursuing a certain secret, as you might know.
Do
As you
tell.
can say, they are in worship at the
Oh.
moment.
You mean Grigori? Yes, he's asked me to join his worship sessions quite a few times. Look, it might seem a little odd considering his appetites, but Rasputin's a good guy. This is a country. I mean, it's not exactly like America, but there are certain groups that are extremely hated for, well, just because of who they are.
And would want, and some of those groups want other groups to kill them.
Perhaps.
Say, for instance, at this very party.
Oh, that might be so. Well, I was speaking about more like innocent people, like the Jews and the Roma and various other kind of groups that
Oh
live.
yes, of course, the innocents can't forget.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, Rasputin's almost friendly towards them. He is not prejudiced, unlike so many others who happen to hold a position of power here. So, beyond his eccentricities, he's actually kind of a forward-thinking fella. So, just if there's trouble for him, we gotta look out. We gotta watch Grigori's back, if you know what I mean.
In that case,
Hopefully, when he's wearing pants.
hopefully, and
Yeah.
I don't have to see that hairy. Ugh.
Yeah, I know. He's, I happen to have seen it too. I've seen some horrible stuff in my life, like Dracula, The Great Stink of London. Let me tell you, that's near the top of the list.
What do you see anything out of the ordinary here, for instance?
Well, I'm not sure. There's supposed to be some entertainment going on a little bit. Some strange, like, carnival, ballet, circus company about to come out here, do a little performance. I bet the Tsarina's kids are gonna love it. But I just got a kind of glimpse of them as they were coming in, and something was a little odd about them. Look, I've been around the undead enough that I kind of recognize the scent, and these guys should have had it.
And what would that scent be like?
Well, like I said, I only caught a kind of a glimpse, but unholy is the word for it, I'd say.
So
Alright.
I wonder, with the descriptions you just gave me, can I use my private collection to research something about this?
I mean, you kind of are like. Do you have like a book like on you that you could examine?
I have an arcane bag.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. Yes, you can do some. Grab some stuff in that arcane bag. Do a little research real quick.
See if I heard anything about this. So, research an occult occurrence, object, or individual.
Yeah, she'll tell you the name of it too. It's the Petrushka Circus.
Alright.
Which is why I'm wearing this fancy hat. I'll put it on now. Embrace my inner fool.
So
Yeah.
that is a 13.
Whoa.
Wow.
So I can discover a previously unknown weakness or vulnerability about this occurrence.
Okay, I would say so. The Petrushka Circus, you're able to find some records of them and like some very old, like early 1800s, even earlier stories about them of this like traveling circus that like steals children, just cruising from town to town. And kids always disappear after they go by. They're sort of creatures out of legend, and the rumors are that there's like vampiric powers. So, vampire weaknesses, things like fire, holy weapon, silver, stakes through the heart, can harm them.
I discover a previously unknown resource or ally.
You kind of already, I'd say Isolde might be who
Yeah.
you're thinking of. She's got the magic, as we know from, and she knows how to fight vampires for sure.
And I don't attract any supernatural attention to my research. So I can just pull out a bag in my book, just go over it a little bit, and then...
Pop it back in.
Yep.
All right, so you there are hanging out by the flowers, just chasing butterflies.
Yeah. Not chasing, they come to me. They're very friendly. They like plants.
Oh, that's true. Kind of hanging out in the flowers there. When you see this like colorful painted wagon pulling up, heading through the garden, and there's a bunch of these clownish dancing figures heading around it. The leader of them is a guy dressed up as Petrushka, who's one of those like stock characters, sort of like Harlequin or Perot. You know, like what are your stock clown types? This is one that kind of hails from Russia. This very like lean figure wearing like a big old jester's cap with lots of bells, but he is a little pale and a little weird looking. Something kind of boneless about the way his arms are going here. And he is like the scepter of these sort of spinning around. He sort of breaks off from the circus, which heads over to the edge of the marble veranda and starts setting up to perform. So Petrushka goes in front of you and is like, "Oh, hello there.
Hello.
Oh, I see you like the dance, eh?
I thought this is how we're supposed to talk to each other, is it not?
Well, you can talk to me however you wish.
Okay.
Tell me, boy, there's some cool music here. You're one of the children of the woods, aren't you?
Yes.
Ah. Well, I do have a soft spot in my heart for them. Tell me, are you the daughter of Alexi?
Yes. Am I? I don't know.
You could be, or you could just be like conjured from the trees. Leshy are these like powerful Slavic forest spirits.
You could say I am, if that's the name that you wish to give to me.
Ah, it's so intriguing. I've so very rarely tasted your kinds on my journeys. Once there was a Rusalka bathing in her pool, and I nearly pulled her right out, except she tried to pull me in.
They will do that.
Oh, yes, they will. Well, if I tried to pull you out, would you pull me in?
Pull you into what? A tree?
What I'm asking is, there could be a place for you in Petrushka's circus.
I've not been in a circus. Do you have one?
It's ever so much fun.
What does one do in a circus?
Well, most circuses are a little dreary, but we travel wherever the moon shines. We go from town to town. We dance, entertain, we make merry. We feed. And the great master of us all, Chernobog, we is up there, and we do him honor with the little souls we give him.
Can I roll on Chernobog? What is that, a knight? Or
Yeah, this would be, put a face to a name?
I guess so.
He's actually wild.
Oh,
Yeah.
then that's better.
Yeah.
That's an 8.
Okay. So you know who he is. We haven't dealt with him before, but you do know who he is.
Okay.
So he's like kind of a old pagan god of like darkness, death, the undead.
Chernobog has his place, but it is not my place. I'm a spirit of the spring and life.
Oh. Well, there's still a place for you in my wagon. I'm gonna go seek the little ones over there.
Okay, have a good time.
All right, and don't worry, I will. He prances his way over there. So, right now, the Petrushka Circus, the show is going on in full swing. And the Tsarina and her children are all kind of sitting there. You got Tsarina Alexandra, her 3 daughters. There's like What was it? There's 4 daughters?
No, sure we'll call it 3.
Okay, I think it's 3. If you are a surviving Romanov, an heir to the throne, like if you're descendant of Anastasia, she lived, I know it now. No, none of them survived. Very sad. Anyway, if you're a surviving Romanov and you know the correct answer, feel free to let me know. I looked it up beforehand, but I can't recall it right now.
So are there children that have gone over there already, or?
Well, right now there's not. I mean, there's like 5 kids. There's the 4 daughters, and then Alexi,
Right.
you know, just the Tsarevich.
So have they gathered to see the circus?
Yeah.
Okay.
So circus is set up. Right now there's like kind of 2 acrobats. Acrobats / like knife throwers. There's like a fire blowing guy, this kind of big, portly dude who's just gobbling down torches, spitting up humongous flames. And then Petrushka comes somersaulting in and starts doing some cool dances too. He goes over.
Can I put a face to a name to
Petrushka?
Petrushka?
Yeah, go for it.
By the way, just so you know what's going on in you, there's kind of brain. Like, she's pretty sure that these are the assassins, and she's going to do something to thwart it, but she doesn't want them to know that she knows.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. She's kind of like biding her time.
Yeah, so she's just kind of dancing around like a dip in the background.
That's cool, but it's like she's got a real.
But she's got an eye on them, so.
Yeah. Nick, how'd you do for put a face to a name?
So that's with, I'm guessing, knight?
Yes.
6.
Okay. Yeah, you do not know this particular. I mean, you've been out of the East for a while, so you probably haven't heard the Petrushka circus just yet.
All right. So I think So maybe my mind is sort of a little confused. From talking with Marin, it seems like they weren't really too clear on what was needed for the right time, and I'm also being told to protect the Tsar, the Tsarina, and all of that. So it's sort of like, am I to assume that I'm protecting the Tsarina from attack, or is it that I'm helping this circus, or the?
Well, Marin seemed to be thinking like, if you saved the Tsarina, you would endear yourself to her.
Okay.
So it was like a way in.
Okay. Gotcha.
Which you may do pretty soon, because right now, Petrushka is like, he hit over to the side, there's doing some, the 2 acrobats doing some cool like knife throwing. Seeing a bunch of knives zooming over, thudding into the door there. And he's asking for some volunteers from the audience.
As soon as I hear that, I'm sort of edging closer to the children and to the stage. Just in case.
And little Alexi is, you know, he wants to volunteer. He's like, oh, me. And Petrushka's like, yes, the boy. Come over here, Tsarevich.
I'm going to suffer a harm to do a pretty intense glamour now.
Okay.
So I've marked it into a grievous harm.
Ooh.
She's hurting herself to do this.
Yeah.
But this glamour is one that I feel like requires this. Because what she's trying to do is make it seem like the boy has come up to the stage, but the boy is still hopefully being led away by one of you, because this seems like the dangerous time now. So there's like an illusion version of the kid that comes up, but the real kid does not, and sort of becomes invisible.
Okay.
Yeah, I think as soon as as he's there, I'm sort of inching and sort of like trying to see if I can get close to the kid and be like, maybe this isn't a good idea, kind of thing.
Okay. Your illusion works. An illusory Alexi heads towards the side of the wagon. But in the moment, like kind of before that happens, you kind of approach to take the real Tsarevich to safety. But the Tsarina, you are going to make a roll for her.
Of course.
Tsarina Alexandra's like, what are you doing with my... What do you mean?
I am here to protect you. There seems to be a attempt on you and your kin.
What? You think you would hold my son's hand? You think I would let some stranger do that?
I am merely protecting you and yours.
All right. You have to persuade.
Okay. Let's get me the gold. Uh-oh. Fuck.
How we do there?
That's with heart. Nope. That's 4.
Well, even an assist isn't really going to help.
Yeah. All right. No, she's not letting the boy out of her sight there. So maybe the illusion just doesn't.
Can I sneak in at that point?
Sure.
Okay.
What are you thinking of doing here?
I'm going to say to her, the illusion isn't going to last long, but your son is in a lot of danger right now. We should evacuate this area immediately.
Okay, you're gonna have to roll persuade.
Okay.
She's probably there.
Let's see. That is a 10.
Okay, she grudgingly says. You can tell Tsarina is like thinking about some stuff. You're one of the creatures that lives here. Rasputin, my beloved Grigory, he's talked about such things. You're one of them, right?
Yes, I know this Gregory very well.
Alexi kind of laughs at that. That's a very good impression, miss.
Let us say your
I
Grigory
mean, all the
has
illusionary
a
children
great,
excited on the stage.
has great interest in keeping you alive and your kin, and has asked us to help.
Tsarina Alexandra says, well, if he says so, little Alexi, my darling, you take her hand. The rest of you children, you follow her. Please, hurry, go, go, go.
Okay. And I go dancing off with the children.
Okay, so you take the royal
I'll
family.
follow like a little ways away.
Okay. Meanwhile, at this point, like, Petrushka doesn't quite realize something up, but they're going into, like, attack mode.
Yeah.
So he gets the 2 acrobats, like, a whole bunch of knives ready and start hurling them straight at the illusory Alexi.
Okay.
And they would perhaps, like, barely scrape him, but, you know, this kid, it would take him out. That would kill him for sure, given his unfortunate hemophiliac condition. So it's supposed to be, you know, an accidental assassination kind of thing.
Yeah.
But like it's not working because it's just an illusion. So
The imaginary Alexa like claps his hands in joy, like that.
yeah, Petrushka realizes something's up at this point. Like this kid should be dead or dying now,
Right.
and he starts like his fangs start coming out.
Well, it appears you missed. You probably should go before you get into more trouble.
He's like, I was brought here because I wish to taste some blood. If his won't do, then maybe yours will suffice.
I would not recommend it, though.
You're gonna have to roll a quick keep your cool. Meanwhile, the two
Cold-blooded.
the 2 knife acrobats are like kind of bounced into position to back him up, not some throwing knives.
At that point, I think the glamour probably ends as far as like the illusionary kid, because at some point I'm going to be too far away to maintain it no matter what.
Yeah, I think the moment Alexi didn't start convulsing and dying,
Right.
when several knives scraped him, he knew something was up.
Yeah.
So he's like on the attack now, trying to like kind of cut his way towards the kids. How'd you do with the keep your cool?
I don't.
Uh-oh. Okay, you're gonna take 2 levels of harm from some like he pops out some like nasty vampire claws and scratches you up a bit and like shoves you aside. And he starts like heading in the direction. Meanwhile, those 2 acrobats are like flanking him, getting knives ready to throw. And the fire blower like sets out a jet of flame to kind of cover their escape there. So let's have Egantre and then Andre, and then you there, I think.
Well, I'm pretty useless in a fight, but I do have something that I can use. I'm gonna reach into my arcane bag. Now, the bag itself has an agenda. When you find yourself in a desperate situation, reach into your bag for help. The GM will tell you what you find.
Whoa, what a great put me on the spot move. I love it. No, we'll get something cool. I'll think of some cool stuff throughout our episodes that we got.
Great.
I like that great sword was cool.
I wonder, could I reach into it and then grab it out again? From the Baron's land.
What? Oh, I love it. So you gave him a gift that you like secretly take back?
Need it back? Thank you.
What did you roll? I'll say maybe that's like you roll really high, you'll get that. If you roll medium, maybe you'll get something else that's not as useful.
I guess we can say I'll use one of my scholarly moves because there's not really a roll with it unless you say.
Okay. Well, maybe why don't you roll like let it out for this one?
Alright. Just straight up roll 7.
Okay, so it's unfortunately not going to be the sword.
Choose one and mark corruption.
I'll say what it will be. I'm thinking of like a cool artifact from our history here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it will be the Cursed Cross of Ludon. You can add that to your inventory.
Cursed.
That was that from our Versailles game, that one shot we had a little while ago. That was one of the artifacts that Patrick had hanging out in his workshop. So it's sort of like an unholy cross that like possessed by demons, but it might come in useful.
No. This thing.
All right, so you got that.
That's all I got. So, that's all it works.
All right, Andre, what are you doing? You got 4 murderous clowns.
Yeah. I think I'm going to start off without letting. Yeah, I'm going to actually pull out the pistol that I have, which I did some research and found out that it's known as a Browning M1903.
Okay, it's like an automatic.
It's
like
a
pistol
semi-auto
kind of
pistol,
thing?
I think.
Okay, yeah, I think they had. I'm pretty sure they definitely
That was
had
one
those
that
ones
was.
around. Yeah,
I
for
looked
sure.
at World War One, like Russian arms.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So take a shot at one of them.
Yes.
What things that have listed as a sword?
I mean, that would just be the same as like automatic pistols. For
Yeah, I put it in as sort of like instead of a 9mm Beretta.
yeah,
I'm gonna
that
have
works
to
for
see
me.
if I can have something like
So you need to let it out. Which one are you shooting as well? We got Petrushka, the 2 acrobats, and the fire eater.
I feel like let's go with Petrushka.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not so good.
Well, just barely. If it's
That's still
plus
something.
blood, it's 7.
Okay, so which one are you gonna pick? Terrible harm or take something from him?
Mission attack. Okay.
You could take like,
Yeah.
I guess his clear path towards you there and the royal children.
Yeah, I'll sort of make him think twice before, and I have to choose one from below. So I'll find myself in a bad spot.
Ooh. Okay. You are gonna do. Give me a quick keep your cool.
Sure.
As Petrushka kind of returns fire, or actually one of those throwing knives goes at you from the acrobats.
Keep me cool is
Spirit.
spirit. Oh, okay. Well, then it's 11.
Oh, nice. All right, like one of those throwing knives heads towards you. How do you avoid it?
I would say I catch it.
Whoa. Okay, yeah. With that roll, you got it. You catch the knife. Petrushka takes some damage here.
Dealt with worse in my time.
What's the damage from the pistol?
It's 2 harm.
Okay.
And it's close loud. So
Yeah, he takes a shot to the side, but he's still going, charging along. Okay, you there. So you can see Petrushka is still like chasing after,
Sure. So one of the
followed by
items,
his crew.
one of the items that I've got supposedly in my gear is a smartphone. Can that be replaced with something else?
Sure, it could be like a messenger pigeon or a magical like a.
Yeah, I was thinking like some sort of magical communication device, like a horn that gets blown, or maybe a dandelion that she blows.
I
and
like that.
sends
I like the plant
communication
aspect.
off.
So yeah,
it's-
that makes sense to me. A cool dandelion.
yeah.
I mean, our phones kind of are dandelions, spreading the pollen of information out to the world. So.
I mean, my character is supposed to have a shitty cell phone, so
Yeah, I got a smartphone as well.
You can find periodic. Give yourself some appropriate, like a cool gramophone, a telegram, a
So
telegraph.
she
to, like,
takes up her dandelion and blows it like that, and the seeds go spreading off to communicate to any fae in the area that we are under attack by the undead.
Okay, why don't you give me a hit the streets? I think would work for this.
Okay. I guess again with wild again.
Yes, because you're calling the Fae.
No,
Okay.
they're ignoring me.
Okay, you may be able to try later to get some more helping you, but
Yeah,
right now they're not
maybe.
listening.
They are approaching.
So I would, in that case, like to do a glamour again.
Okay, why don't you? All right.
I'll mark corruption
Okay.
to get to glamour some more. So when she blows the dandelion, it makes showers like and sparks that are blinding behind her to confuse and distract and trick the evil undead clowns that are following us.
Yes. Okay. Why don't you roll the mislead distractor trick?
Okay. Roll better. Oh, it did. Yay. So that is a 9.
Nice. So you can pick 2.
Okay. Oh, okay, cool. So I confuse them for some time and avoid
Yeah, it's
further.
allergy season for sure.
I confuse them for some time and avoid further entanglement.
Nice. Okay.
I feel like that should be effective.
Oh yeah, for sure. So Petrushka's like not quite able to see what's going on. The other clowns are like pausing. They're starting to worry like their mission is compromised. They might start to fall back. Also, the fire eater, Nadia just takes her rifle and just like draws a bead, fires, hits him right through the heart. He blows up. So there is like fire falls over the aristocrats. Everybody else is running away.
The aristocrats.
Yeah. those Russian noblemen and women are running for cover. Isolde is able to like conjure up some ice to kind of protect them, make it a little shield. Poor Ambassador Livingston trips on a teacup and like face plants, but he'll be okay. So Egantre, what are you doing here? You got these two. Right now, Petrushka's starting to dash back towards his wagon, and his 2 aristocrats. One of them is wearing like Jester's Molly. The other one is like kind of a chicken feather outfit. Are heading their way to make sort of this retreat.
Before I go, did anyone else want to make a move? Else?
Oh, go ahead.
Hey. Because this.
Oh wait, Svetlana, did I totally skip you?
I don't know.
I think I did. Egantre, I may have to. Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick. We'll do Svetlana. We'll come right back to you.
Yeah, that's what's good.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Okay. Gonna try to now with blood coming out of me feed my hunger.
Whoa! All right,
As I see it, I can't stop.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna leap on whoever was closest of those acrobatic knife throwers or Petrushka himself.
Okay.
A little bit of diablerie going on here.
Yeah, I mean they are vampires, but a vampire can eat a vampire.
They're not supposed to.
They're not, but you know when you gotta eat, you gotta eat.
Yeah.
All right, give me let it out.
Your aura's gonna have little black lines in it now. I played Vampire the Masquerade
Yeah.
a lot.
That other game we are not gonna talk about.
So that's
Yeah.
10. That's 10.
Nice.
So I'm gonna take a harm back because I get the heal one. I'm gonna say this one doesn't die, so you can tell me a secret.
Whoa.
It's a
Okay.
10 plus I get like 3 to my eternal hunger.
Okay. Did you catch the chicken one or the motley one?
I would have been a rage to leap at whoever was closest. I'll let you
All right.
know.
I'm gonna say it's the guy with the chicken costume.
All right.
Finger licking good.
So I'm gonna sink my teeth in and sort of, in the spirit of Underworld, sort of get that secret by tasting it.
Okay, but he does-
Bell singing.
All that stuff, yeah.
All right. It's pretty simple. It's that like Countess Bathory hired these guys. They thought it was a simple assassination job. They didn't know they were like being set up to fail. So yeah, this is all Bathory's doing.
Okay.
But you're letting him live.
Yeah, I said that so I could get the secret.
Okay, he's weakened, but he crawls away. We still got Petrushka and the motley one. So Egantre. Right now, I would say they've kind of dashed him back to their wagon. He's like, Petrushka's like getting the reins ready so they can like ride away and try and escape.
Okay, can I reach Petrushka?
Yes.
Alright. I go up to him, stop, vile demon! And I hold up the cross.
Whoa, nothing like but will an unholy cross work on a vampire? Let's find out.
I'm
Roll.
going to wield the arcane.
Ooh.
When I unleash by invoking an arcane item or relic, I may choose to treat my roll as a 10+ without rolling.
Whoa.
The item is permanently and obviously damaged or consumed by this process.
Whoa, okay.
The only religion Egantri knows is money, so this is not going to work very well.
Well, I mean, with a 10+, like, maybe just the image of that cross is enough. Are you doing it on Petrushka?
Petrushka, yep.
Alright, yeah, he's, like, frozen in place by the cross. His acrobat dances ahead of him and, like, throws a knife back at you. I'm gonna have you roll to keep your cool, unless somebody wants to intervene and save you. You're getting it. Oh, alright, Andre, roll.
Yeah, there's no real.
Yeah, there's no real defend here.
Wait. On the 10+, unless I can choose something from
Oh,
this.
is there something else you can choose that can defend you from the attack?
I don't know if it's an unleash. On a 10+, I can just... I don't know. Inflict terrible harm or take something from them. I've already taken something from them, so yeah. Go ahead.
I mean,
Okay.
it's-
Why don't you roll Let It Out? Let's try and protect him here.
Yeah.
I think Let It Out is kind of the all-purpose.
Makes sense. Oh no. Spirit? Nope.
I'm a
Okay.
hookworm, I can't fight.
Give me a keep your cool. Oh no. Egantre.
Ooh. Actually, I can.
Oh.
That's a 9.
Ooh. Alright.
Like, the hunter has special moves that actually do allow you to defend other people by using, like, escape.
Oh, okay.
But, so there are, like, special defense moves. You just
Right.
have to have the right character for it.
Egantre, I will say you take faint harm.
Fainter.
Yeah.
Alright.
The knife like grazes you, so you gotta like knife sliced like slash shoulder.
Can't be accurate because he's staring at the cross, huh?
Yeah. Well, it was his buddy who threw the knife. But his buddy, he gets the wagon, starts heading it away. Petrushka's still like frozen by the cross, still kind of trying to get through. The others are heading around here. Let's see, it's Svetlana. I guess Andre, I think you're up, and then you there.
Yeah.
They were kind of near the end, I think.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like, what are you guys gonna do with Petrushka?
I mean, effectively, I'm kind of out of it at this point. I'm just leading the kids away.
Yeah, you've gotten the young Romanovs to
Yeah,
safety.
so you can just focus on everybody else right now.
So I don't really know. I haven't gotten the information that Svetlana's gotten, so
Just got my teeth out of the other one.
yeah. So I think I'm going to go up to Petrushka and just be like, "What are you doing here?"
He like snarls at you, and he's like, "I serve a greater master than you, wolf.
Bah.
Well,
Put that away."
No.
seems your master that you serve brought you here to fail.
Ooh.
So, and you will see my true wolf form. And I'm gonna see if I can let it out and bring out the wolf.
Whoa. Okay.
It's not a full moon, so we'll see. I can't do it automatically. 7. That's 8.
Partial success.
Partial success.
That just means you do it, but you take a corruption.
That's fine.
Okay. You're wolfing out. You want to give him an attack as a wolf?
Yes. And
All right. Give me that unleash an attack.
yeah. So, and it is armor piercing, and I fight like a small group.
Ooh,
So,
all right. I'm just
and
gonna.
he is defenseless.
Yeah. Well, let's see how you do. I mean, I think this might be the end for Petrushka here, unless someone wants to.
6 plus blood is an 8.
Okay. So maybe it's not. Which one are you picking there? Terrible harm or take something?
Yeah, I'll do terrible harm.
Okay.
Um,
Well, I'll say this: do you want to take him alive, or are you going to kill him? Because that's kind of up to you at this point.
actually, I do kind of want to find out who this greater master is.
Okay, so you're gonna like just mangle him a bit.
Yeah.
Or are we talking like hand biting off? That seems to be kind of a running theme.
No, I think I'm gonna just take the whole arm and
Oh,
just be like, well,
hand is attached to the arm.
It is. So, who is this master of yours? And don't give me any more lip.
He's looking over and he's like, "It was her, the Countess."
Well,
Countess Bathory, she like has been sitting down, kind of watching the whole thing. She walks over and she's like, "This rogue would say anything to save his skin. I will tell everybody here. I had nothing to do with this."
of course you will, Countess. Well,
She says, "Andre, take this one to my chambers. I will deal with him there."
very well.
I would let these kids away before they saw any violence.
Yeah, thankfully they
Yeah.
did. Romanov's
Well,
a save.
I knew that the kids were gone.
Yeah.
Can we figure something out on the Countess before she goes?
Yeah.
Oh. Alright, let's roll. Double six. That
Oh,
is
nice.
a 15.
Okay, night is her faction, by the way. Or mine, sorry. So what is your questions there?
Alright.
2 questions.
What does she worry might happen?
I definitely think, like, the Tsarina finding out that she was kind of behind this plot.
Oh, so she's worried about.
Also, perhaps, greater than that, she fears, like, irrelevancy and powerlessness.
Alright. And what's your character hoping to get from... I would say the Tsarina.
Okay. She's kind of, I would say, it's sort of like power and friendship. She's like ingratiating herself with the Tsarina, and she's part of her circle of friends at this point. So she wants to increase that, for sure.
And how could I get your character to tell us the truth?
You're gonna have to probably, like, offer to serve her. Or give her something she wants.
I can do that last one.
Yeah, and even then, you might only get a little bit of what she's planning overall.
Dang. But oh well. Alright. I got a plan.
Well, we'll cut ahead a little bit. So after this, the Tsarina hurries over to the nursery, ushers all the kids there. She, gives them a quick kiss on the forehead, make sure they're okay. And then she beckons you guys to join her there.
So, after that, like, before I get beckoned, I use From the Brink to get myself out of wolf form.
Ooh, okay. She probably wouldn't want to invent a werewolf into her kid's nursery.
When I do roll with spirit, on a hit I change back on a 7 what's that? Oh, jeez. Oh. So wait, hold on.
Maybe you won't be there, Andre, because you're going to be
6.
running through the woods.
On a miss, I change, but the transformation is incomplete, lengthy, or painful. I'm gonna say it's painful.
Ooh, okay. You're not quite there when you are present, but you're like a bit
Yeah.
concerned with other things.
Since I had gotten back before everybody else, one thing that I'm kind of interested about is whether or not there actually is any sort of power radiating from around Rasputin, like where he's been not worshipping, but worshipping.
Right. Yes. Give me investigate a place of power, I think, for his kind of his
And
shrine.
his power is his faction power.
That is right. Yes. The Raskolniks are power.
No.
Okay, so get to mark power.
Yeah.
All right. So the Tsarina gets you together, and she's like, "I want to thank you. There's nothing more important to me than my children's lives. You are strange individuals, but you worked together to protect them, and I can't thank you enough. I know my family has so many enemies, and dear Grigori, he's doing his best to protect my boy. I want you to help. I want you to work with him and with me to keep my children safe, and as well as my husband and I. Please, will you do that for me?"
Of course. And you might be able to trust the Countess Bathory. She has a great interest in you and your survival.
Oh, well, her company is very enjoyable, for a Magyar at least, but I like her well enough. Svetlana, would you and the rest of you, would you accept?
Wait, this.
She's like asking for your help. Do you want to kind of take this position as sort of her, the guardians of the royal family?
Don't know how that'll work.
Well, that might be just what
To
Bathory wants.
ask
We
the
don't have to wear these
assistants.
stinking badges, do we? Okay. I might be in.
Okay.
To
What
ask
about-
the assistance of one such as I, a deal must always be struck. Are you willing to accept such a deal?
Yes.
When the time is right and the planets are aligned, that is when I'll ask my favor of you.
Anything. Okay, she'll take that deal.
Okay.
So you can write down that the Tsarina
Owes me a debt.
Alexandra, yeah. What about you, Mr. Igantre? Please.
It's kind of a thing. Because I do have a favor, if you don't mind, but I feel kind
Name
of
it.
bad. Can you give me access to Rasputin's private archives?
Absolutely.
Huh? Okay, deal.
The Tsarina Alexandra, a good mother, terrible queen. Her decision making, it was just like, yes, let's do it. No, okay,
So I
whatever.
guess that's a debt as well.
Yeah, she wasn't really great at the whole ruling thing.
Definitely, as you can see, by the way, she just made deals with everybody for like without any pushback.
Nice enough person, terrible ruler.
Exactly. Hey, not every head is fit to wear the crown. I guess that's why we have democracies. Where, well, actually,
How's that whole democracy
I
thing?
know. Bring back the czar to America. I see. All right, and with that proclamation of we're announcing Generation Shadow's czarist aspiration. I don't know. I'm gonna end this now. Czar is not
Before
very.
we get into trouble,
Yeah.
Yes, the czar is not good for my people. I'll mention that.
Not really.
Yeah. All right.
But
Let's
then again, the current president.
let's do the session end. Yeah, he's kind of he's a little bit of a czar figure himself. Maybe I don't know who his Rasputin is. I mean, this is very political. I read an article that like Stephen Miller was his Rasputin, and like that's not fair to Rasputin, who is actually very open-minded and cool, as you have just learned from the show. Take that, Stephen Miller.
Steve Miller's only 30.
I know.
Oh, it's so weird.
Rasputin was way older and looked way better. I'll say that too.
So are we doing the ending thingies?
Yeah, the ending.
Or...
Yes. So let's start with Igantre.
Mhm.
So tell me, like, if you want to raise a faction, lower a faction, then if you think anybody owed you a debt, or if you owe anybody of the players, I mean, a debt.
There.
So Igantre, you think any factions went up or went down based on your kind of your adventure here?
yeah, so I'm going to lower knight because I am pretty suspicious of the countess.
With good reason.
Yeah. And I'm going to raise power to 2 because me and Sol, yeah, we're getting buddies right now. Help. Let's, get out of that situation. I'll
Yeah, I
protect
can
you.
definitely see you guys were kind of having some teamwork there and working together.
And if there's anyone I owe a debt to, it's Svetlana for ditching her with Nadia.
I'm not sure if that's debt worthy, but
Well, she's got a
it's your
millstone
call.
on your
It
neck.
is your call.
That's the only thing I can think of. I don't know if anyone else here owes me a debt.
Okay.
How about you there? Any factions go up or down?
Yeah, I would say that power goes up to 2 and night goes down to -2 because she never did anything to endear herself to night in any conceivable way.
Yeah, it was
I-
mostly working with Rasputin.
Yeah,
and
I feel like
helping
she's
out.
worked a lot with Rasputin to make power go up, but she's really made it known because Fae have a difficulty lying. When you break a promise or tell an outright lie, you're supposed to mark corruption. So, like, when it came down to it, it was like, she's just very, very truthful about literally everything. So Knight knows that she's not on board with
Yeah,
all
with the
their
Countess.
machinations.
Okay.
So I feel like it's logical that she'd be at -2 with Knight.
How about? Oh, sorry. Are there any debts that you?
She doesn't owe anybody a debt. She picked up another one, but I don't think she owes anybody.
Yeah, I can definitely see like kind of like Dallas's character in the first arc, are just like collecting those debts. And
Key. It's key.
yeah, how about Svetlana? Do any factions go up or down?
I would have to say, our Baron was in. Is he power or mortality?
The Baron is actually knights.
He's
Here's
not.
like-
another reason for Knight to have gone down
Yeah,
for
he
me.
was like they like sort of just barely recruited him.
Okay.
Oh, we got our cool theme going on again.
I don't know who would go up. That's my problem right now.
Well, I mean, you kind of made the Countess's plan work. Like, you saved the Tsarina and her kids and endeared yourself to her. So that was Bathory's plan. So I could see Knight going up. Maybe Power, because you did Rasputin's bidding really well. Maybe even Mortality, because you protected the
Actually,
Tsarina.
that's a good point. We did just really help out Rasputin. We went back and just told him what was going on for the most part. Yeah, okay. I mean, I know what Bathory's really up to. So that's where I'll go down one and power up. And then clear on debts as far as I already remember. Because I already owe Baron von Sternberg.
Okay. How about any others you thinking? You're good.
I can't think of anyone that owes me or I don't know.
And how about Andre?
This is a hard one.
Yeah, because you were definitely doing a lot of like manipulating and playing both sides kind of stuff.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, like, they sort of worked out because they all like culminated in the same thing. So I could see either increasing or decreasing Knight. So it's interesting because while he's sort of been able to do the bidding of Knight, while he's semi-adepted at skullduggery, it's not really something he likes doing, and he had a lot of that with Claggett and a lot of like
Yeah, I kind of had to
grasping for power, and so it's sort of to see more of that. I think Knight's gonna go down. So and I think
So we'll go up.
I think my standing with the Tsarina is gonna go up. So I think that's mortality, or is that power? No, it's
I mean, I put her in power because she's like Rasputin's bestie. But you could actually get a case for mortality if you really want it.
We'll go with power. So I think both having ingratiated myself with both Rasputin and Tsarina is sort of more in power. So
All right. And do you think you owe a debt to anybody, or does anyone owe you a debt?
I can't really think of anything.
Yeah.
So
I mean, everybody, like, I think unlike some of our previous games, everybody was kind of on the same page working together here. It was kind of some cool teamwork. We'll see if that lasts. So our next episode is entitled The Dustbin of History, and we'll have fun times in the Winter Palace with Rasputin and a kooky ritual that he's got planned, which will include the gift from Baba Yaga.
Ooh,
Yeah,
kooky.
we'll see all of that as our story continues. Nick, I do if you can join us, but if you can't, totally okay.
we'll see.
We should have Patrick joining us as well. I mean, we'll think of like a good.
Patrick will be the spanner in the works.
Oh yeah, we'll see what he's up to because
He's like a crazy cultist, isn't he?
He's a cult leader.
well, he fits right in. I gotta say. This is gonna be a Rasputin heavy episode next time, so I do hope you guys enjoy that Mad Monk. But I think that brings this episode of Generation Shadow to a close.
Awesome. Thanks everyone for joining in on the premiere. We will be back next week. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a big deal. I'm kind of freaking out about this one, but
Dallas all.
yeah, everybody was like working together. It was a little different.
Copy of my own.
So we'll see.
I think it's because because I dedicated my new character to nonviolence.
We'll see. We'll see. Come on. I think we're all prone to a little violence. Let's be
I
real.
mean, I did tear an arm off.
I mean,
It got violent. Like,
it's
No, I
not.
mean, I'm just saying my last two characters were intensely
I mean,
oh, that's definitely true.
so
I may have accidentally unleashed a demon on the world.
Yeah.
Because that cross is broken now.
No.
accidentally.
Accidentally.
Yeah.
It's
So we'll see what happens. But we will be back next week. So join us. It's always at 7 p.m. Pacific. And I don't say Pacific Standard, Daylight. I don't even know what it is. It's Pacific.
Rocky Mountain.
Just Pacific time. 7 p.m. Pacific time. Join us next week. We will be here. Until then, make sure and pull up a chair and make time to tabletop. We will see you soon, guys.
later.
Woo woo.